We're making peanut butter cups. We're making peanut butter cups. We are making vegan peanut butter cups. Hi guys, welcome to Talia TV. I hope everyone is having a marvelous day. So, as you can tell, we are making vegan peanut butter cups today. I am really excited about this one. So I don't actually eat a lot of sweets. Since I've been diagnosed with lupus. I have drastically cut down on how much sugar I consume and how many sweets I eat and things like that. But I used to have a really huge sweet tooth, so sometimes like those cravings will come back, and when they do, I like to make sure that I'm eating something that's good, but also try to make it, I guess, as healthy as possible, or as healthy as you can get with, you know, a dessert. So today we're making vegan peanut butter cups. Okay, you guys, so let's get started with our ingredients. So first of all, we have maple walnuts, and I actually got these from Whole Foods. They are so amazing, you guys. Like, I'll actually just eat these out of the container by themselves, and they are so good. So I definitely recommend these. You can just use like plain walnuts if you'd like as well. It doesn't have to necessarily be maple walnuts. I just happen to love this brand from Whole Foods. Next, we have pitted dates. It is extremely important to make sure your dates are pitted, because if they aren't, when you put them in your blender or food processor or Ninja, I'm actually going to be using my Ninja today. If they aren't pitted, it can actually ruin the machine that you're using. So you always want to make sure your dates are pitted. Next, we have vegan chocolate, and as you can see, mine is dairy, nut, and soy free. I, again, got this from Whole Foods, but you can definitely find it at other stores as well. Then I have my aluminum cupcake pan, and I have my baking cups or cupcake liners as well. So you'll need both of those. Next, I have my natural peanut butter, and you just want something that just has peanuts or maybe like a tiny bit of salt, but you definitely want to stay away from peanut butter that has any other ingredients in it. And lastly, I have my organic coconut oil. So these are my ingredients, very simple, and as you're going to see, making the peanut butter cups is going to be super duper simple as well. All right, peanut butter cups with a twist. Okay, you guys, so let's get started. I have a cup full of dates here, as you can see, and I'm actually just going to add a little bit more dates into the mix. And just make sure your hands are nice and clean before you're touching all of the ingredients. And I'm just going to pour my dates into my Ninja over here. And we can put that to the side. Next, I am going to add a cup of walnuts. Okay. And just, you know, add about a cup of this. Okay. So I have a cup there. And I'm going to, first of all, grind my dates. So let's put the Ninja together. And you're just going to grind the dates. And you really want the dates to be kind of like sticky. So you see how that like really sticks together? That's like exactly how I want it to be. Now, if it wasn't sticky, I poured a little bit of water. And, you know, I can also add a little bit of water as well, just to make it a little bit more like sticky, because what you want is for the dates to stick together to the walnuts, and that's sort of going to be like your crust. So I'm going to grind this a little bit more. And this is the consistency that you want it to be. You want it to be like really small and really fine. So next I'm going to pour my walnuts into my Ninja. And we're going to grind that together with the dates. I want it to really be like a crust. So it looks like I'm going to have to add a little bit more dates into mine. So I'm going to add about 4 more dates so it can be like really, really sticky. Okay, you guys, so this is how you want it to look when the dates and the walnuts are in there together. This is perfect. Alright, you guys, so now we are going to pour our chocolate into a Pyrex glass container. Now, you can also melt the chocolate in the microwave if you'd like. But I just like to do it this way. So I have my water boiling over here. I just filled a pot with water. And I have that boiling. And I am just going to pour about a 1/4 cup of chocolate into my container. Okay, so now after you have your chocolate in your container, you're just going to actually place the whole glass into the pot, and this is going to melt your chocolate. So while our chocolate is melting, here comes the fun part and the messy part. So again, make sure your hands are clean before you do this. And now we're just going to line our pan with the actual cupcakes, the cupcake cups. So just line your pan like so. And we're basically going to put our crust that we made with the dates and the walnuts into our aluminum pan. So now we're going to take our crust that we made, and we're basically going to stick it together in the bottom of our cupcake liners. And you don't want it too full because we're going to be pouring chocolate and peanut butter in here as well. So I would just say 1/4 of the way full. And this is how it looks. So I'm going to do this to all of my liners. And you basically want the date and the walnut like crust mixture to really be packed down into the cupcake liner. So really, you know, that's why I was saying it was so important for it to be sticky, because you really want it to stick together and you really want it to be packed down to the bottom. So it really is like a crust. So that's how it should look. Yay! So we get to get a little bit dirty and messy. The mixture is really sticky, you guys. So after you finish this part, you're definitely gonna wanna wash your hands. Okay, you guys, so I was able to line all 12 of my little cupcake liners with the walnut and the date crust. So this is how it looks. It's looking yummy already. And when you finish with that, you're going to want to place this in the freezer for about 10 minutes, just so the crust can settle in together. Alright, you guys, so I got my crust out of the freezer. And my chocolate is melted. I poured in a tablespoon of coconut oil to help it melt faster. So now we are ready to pour the chocolate on top of our crust. So just be careful when you're taking this out of the boiling water. And I will show you how the chocolate looks. It looks like that. And just make sure you're touching the handle. The handle isn't hot. But if you touch down here, of course that's going to burn because we just took it off of boiling water. So just be very careful as you're doing this. But you're just going to want to take a little bit of the chocolate and pour it on top of the crust that you just made. So just sort of spread it evenly. And after we're done pouring the chocolate onto each of the cups, we're going to put it back into the freezer so it can settle a little bit more. So just make sure the chocolate is evenly spread across the bottom of the crust. And let me show you guys how it basically looks. So as you can see, the few that I did there, the chocolate is on the bottom of the crust. So that's basically what you're going for, and you're going to want to do this for all of the crusts. So now that we've filled each of the liners with chocolate, we're going to go ahead and place this in the freezer, and this is how it looks. So we're going to place this in the freezer for about 15 minutes so that everything can sort of get solid before we add the peanut butter. Now after you freeze the chocolate and the crust together, it's going to look like this. And I left it in the freezer for about 15 minutes. And now we are ready to add our peanut butter. So just take a spoonful of peanut butter and smooth it across the top, just like you did with the chocolate. The peanut butter is a little bit more difficult to like make smooth. So if it's not like perfectly smooth, that's okay. We just want it to spread across the top of the chocolate basically. So let me make sure you guys can see that. And we're going to do this to each of our little cupcake liners. And let me sort of show you guys how it's looking so far. So you can see the peanut butter is spread across the top, and we're going to do that to each of the liners. So now I've added my peanut butter into all of my liners, and I left my other pan in the freezer while I finish this one. So this is how the peanut butter looks on top of the chocolate. And now we're just going to add our final top layer of chocolate. So again, get your Pyrex container with the melted chocolate in it. And you guys are going to need 1/4 of a cup of chocolate for each pan that you do. So 1/4 of a cup of chocolate for this pan and 1/4 of a cup of chocolate for the second pan if you're doing 2 pans. So I don't think I said that in the beginning. Alright, so now we're going to add our second layer of melted chocolate right on top of the peanut butter. This is going to be so good, you guys. You have no idea. Alright, so just spread it right there on top of the peanut butter. And let me show you guys how it's looking so far. And when you're done with that, you are going to put this back into the freezer, and this time you're going to let it freeze for about 3 hours, just to make sure it's like really solid. So because you want it to be, you know, hard, like similar to like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Okay, and let me show you how it looks now. Okay, so that's my chocolate, and when I'm done with that, I'm going to place it back in the freezer for about 3 to 4 hours. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. I got the peanut butter cups out of the freezer, and this is how they look. So let's peel one back. Look at how scrumptious that looks, you guys. OMG. How awesome is that? I cannot wait to eat this. Oh my gosh. Alright, you guys, so here are the vegan peanut butter cups. Oh my goodness, don't they look amazing? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And there are definitely more videos to come. Have a great day. Bye.